Good morning, everybody. It's another bright and early one. We are going to be taking the Drz-4s because we got break-in mileage, guys. Break-in mileage. We're at 69.3 miles per gallon right now. That's amazing. All right, we're going to be taking a super extra detoury route today to get to the old work. So we're also testing out I put the Suzuki low seat on this motorcycle because I'm a short guy. I guess not short. I'm super average height. I'm like 5'8", 5'7" on a slouchy day. You know what I mean? So I put the low seat on here, and it definitely got me close to the ground, which obviously it's a low seat. I'm gonna be close to the ground. And I put my sheepskin topper on top of that, so we're gonna see how that feels today. I'm a fan of the sheepskin toppers. I get mine from alaskaleather.com. I've had one on my KLR. This seat pad is actually the one off of my KLR, so I was able to put it on a KLR seat, and then when I put a Corbin seat on the KLR, I put it on there. And then we traded the KLR in, so now she is on the DRZ. And I'll let you know the downside to sheepskin butt pads is you have to brush them. Like, once you ride on them, or once you've sat on them for a little while, or they've, you know, gotten dirty, dusty, you do have to brush your butt pad. So just be aware. If you buy a sheepskin butt pad, you got to buy yourself a brush to go with said sheepskin butt pad. So like I said, we're going to be taking an extra detour away today. Like, so every single day I go left. Today we go right. I know it's early, and I could probably get away with being on the highway, but like I said, I'm gonna actually try to avoid the highway until full break-in period's done, which is fine because we got all these nice little back ways to go, and I'm a super early bird, and so I got the plenty of time to take them ways. I was smart enough this morning to actually put a fucking sweater on, which I never do. I always forget to put a sweater on until it's like not summertime no more. But I did not forget today, which is good because I'm pretty sure it's only about 70 degrees out here right now, and even with the sweater on, I can feel a little bit of coolness. So we're just cruising. We're cruising the back way down these dark roads. Hopefully no deer jump out on me. Anyways, this is like my final full. Oh, we got a string slapping the helmet, I'm sure, somewhere. This is my last, like, full-on work week before some adventures start going down. So once I finish out this week, next week, Friday morning, I'll be heading to West Virginia for the Spartan Race Trifecta World Championships. Don't think nothing of it. They're just calling it the World Championship for the real fast people, but us normal folks, we're allowed to show up too. as long as we did a trifecta last year, and I did 2 trifectas last year, so I'm allowed to show up. So that'll be racing on Friday. We'll do it's probably about a 3.75 mile race with a whole bunch of obstacles, like 15 to 20 obstacles. We're going to show back up on Saturday, and then we're going to do a 10K obstacle course race, probably about 25 obstacles. And then Sunday, we're going to go do a half marathon distance, so about 13.1 Spartan miles, so probably looking at 13.5 to 14, somewhere in there, with roughly 30 obstacles somewhere in there. And then after I do that, I'm going to drive straight home, all the way back to the North Carolina. Probably about a 5-6 hour drive, which is always fun after you've done that kind of event for the day, and even funner when you've done that kind of event over the last 3 days, but it's a fine. And then when we return from that trip, I'm gonna come back to work on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then at the end of the day on Wednesday, got a buddy of mine and another feller. We'll be heading up to, I'm about to butcher this because I ain't looking at it, but it's like Sharonda Lake or something like that. So right around Wintergreen, Virginia, to camp out. And then Thursday morning, we're gonna hop on the Atlantic Ocean Spur, take the Atlantic Ocean Spur up to the Mid-Atlantic BDR, ride a portion of the Mid-Atlantic BDR, and then hook a left back into West Virginia for the Blackwater Adventure Rally, which should be an absolute blast, man. I never went to an adventure rally until this year. I've been riding adventure bikes for going on 4 years, but I've never been to an adventure rally until my buddy Todd, who has been doing this for even less time. He's been doing adventure biking for even less time. He kind of told me about just a little rally going down in South Carolina back in April. The Palmetto ADV rally, located in the South Carolina Low Country. So I went to that, and let me tell you, even though my KLR's battery took a giant dump on me on the side of a trail, I had an absolute blast at that adventure rally. It was so much fun that I had to find me another one. And I heard a lot of people talking about the old Blackwater. Is it fucking raining, dude? I don't know if that's like foggy mist on my helmet or if it's sprinklage. It's not supposed to rain today. Oh, frosty mist, or a mist. That's what we're gonna go with. It's the mist. The mist. But anyways, I heard really good things about the Blackwater Adventure Rally, so I went ahead and signed up for that. And I am pretty excited about that one, because I watched some YouTube videos on the Blackwater Adventure Rally, and literally, it looks like everything you want to do on an adventure motorcycle. It really does. Like, I won't be taking the DRZ on that particular trip because it likely won't have the break-in period done. I don't know how much the rackless bags that I ordered. I ordered the Nelson Rig dual sport bags, rackless bags for this bike. But I know how I usually pack on those trips, and I don't think the DRZ is going to be able to handle the load of everything that I usually carry for a multi-day event. And since I've already dedicated myself to riding up to West Virginia, and this is a camping. Oh no, I'm not camping. I'm not camping at the Blackwater, because another guy that I rode with on our last trip on the Trans-America Trail, a gentleman named Jason, tagged along, who I met through Todd, which Todd met this gentleman on one of his trips to the Smoky Mountain 500, and he said he was coming, and he just randomly got me a bunk in a bunkhouse. So I will not have to camp during the Blackwater rally, but I'll be camping at Sharonda Lake. So regardless, I still got to carry some gear, which I don't think the DRZ is like up for carrying a whole bunch of gear like I usually do. And I know me, and when Sunday or whatever rolls around, I'm gonna want to slap that thing all the way back home and just get home as quick as possible. And as quick as possible is going to be on the Tenere 700. So we'll be taking the Tenere 700 to the Blackwater, because it'll be better on the way home. I do believe that the DRZ would be better suited for the rally itself. It would give me more options of routes that I could ride and tracks that I could go on, compared to the Tenere 700. Now, I'm not saying the Tenere 700 is not capable, because it is very capable, but I'm not. Like, I'll be 100% honest with you, dudes. I'm still learning how to do this off-road motorcycling thing. On road, I'm good, dude. I'll rip it up on road. But when it comes to off-road, I still have some things to learn, you know? Especially on an adventure bike. Like, a big adventure bike is quite a task when you're off doing like dual sport trails, which I've attempted and I've done on heavy bikes. But that's why I bought this bike. She's just not going to be ready by the time that rally comes around. But she will be going to the Chilly Willy rally, which will be in December in Uwharrie National Forest. And that should be a grand old time, which I will take the DRZ, because that's about a little over 2 hours from my house, and I'm just gonna put this bitch in the back of the truck and drive her down there. Because, yeah, trust me when I tell you that from my house to Uwharrie is a boring drive, dude. It's a boring drive, and I've done it so many times over the years, like so many times. Not just going to Uwharrie, but if you go in that general direction, you've got to go straight down US 64, and US 64 is really straight. Not a lot to really look at. It's boring. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's straight slab, where you're doing like 70 or 80 miles an hour, straight slab all the way. It's kind of boring. So I don't really want to. So I mean, even in the low seat, I'll go ahead and let you know I'm still 1 foot tiptoe. That's it. I've accepted that. I've accepted that when I get on an adventure bike or a dual sport motorcycle, I will not be flat footing the motherfucking thing. Which is fine. I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta live with what you gotta live with. Which, I mean, if I really wanted to, I'm pretty sure they're gonna release a lowering link for this bike. I could get the lowering link and drop the front forks, this, that, and the other. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to actually change the geometry of the motorcycle. I don't really actually want to drop the motorcycle any lower. You need that ground clearance, man. It's kind of the point of it. So I've learned to live with it. Trust me, it took me a while to get used to it, because I I come from Harley Davidson's, and like when you're on a Harley Davidson, the inseam is not a calculation. It's fucking Harley Davidson way. It really isn't. Seat height? Yeah, no. So, to give you an idea, like the average seat height of my adventure bikes is right around in the 35-inch range. Out of my own curiosity, I looked up the seat height on my 24 Street Glide. So, on most of my adventure bikes, looking at 34, 35 inches, and my Street Glide, 26. So that gives you an idea of kind of how that works. Harley Davidson 26-inch seat height, and then you got adventure bike of 34. So when you're only 5'7", the inches matter, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you see we took a little different route there. Took a different route there, but we're back on the New Bern Avenue. Well, this is Nightdale Boulevard, which will turn into 64, which will turn into New Bern Avenue, which will turn back into like Sunnybrook Road, which will turn into Western Boulevard, Martin Luther King Boulevard, which will then turn back into 64 somewhere way down yonder after you like go and kill their farm. Like this road, if you continue straight on this road, it'll be 7 different fucking titles and then eventually end up being the same fucking highway you're on anyways. It's fucking weird how North Carolina does that shit. There's multiple roads like that. US 1 is another one. If you're on US 1, US 1 turns into fucking Fayetteville Road and then turns into fucking McDowell Street or some shit like that, only to turn back to Capitol Boulevard and then turns back into US 1 way down yonder. So yeah, so if you really want a flat foot, you just gotta move your ass off the seat a little bit, which I do sometimes. Just get that flat foot down there. But yeah, anyways, down the old Nightdale Boulevard again. And like I said, Nightdale Boulevard's not that bad. They've given her the full gentrification treatment here on the Nightdale Boulevard. Kind of false neutral. Like I hit neutral there. Everybody parted the west for me. I'm perfect. Alright, so we're at a half a tank, fellas. Half a tank. At 55.3 miles. Trip at 55.3 miles. 55.3 miles. Oh, there's miles per gallon instant. What I was seeing earlier, I was getting hella good. 70 miles to the gallon, man. That's fucking insane. That is what we're at, 70.8 miles to the gallon, which is fucking crazy. Yeah, 70 miles to the gallon. That's insanity. And that's riding pretty much just, you know, averaging maybe 45 miles per hour, sometimes about 60, 65. Yeah, 70 miles to the gallon. That's fucking insanity. What the fuck is this guy doing? Can I get over it? Oh no! hitting all the red lights. We're hitting all the red lights today. But yeah, 70 miles to the gallon, that's gonna put us at 140 miles to the tank, at least. 140 miles, and that leaves us with the 0.3, which we're not gonna push the 0.3, you know what I'm saying? Not really worried about that. We're around town, there's gas stations everywhere in this motherfucker. And if I'm out on a trip, I got me one of them armadillo bags from the Giant Loop people, so I can carry an extra gallon. So if that fuel economy is correct, then that means I got a whole extra 70 miles in that little armadillo bag when I take it. That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good. There we are again. On the old fucking stretch where everybody has to go super fucking fast, because it's Wake County, North Carolina. Everybody gotta go hella goddamn fast to rush to the next red light. Everybody rush. Everybody rush. I'm just questioning, do I continue to take the back ways? I think I will, actually. I'm gonna take the back ways all the way to work. 6:10. No, actually, that's took up a lot more time than I thought it was going to. Because you know we still got to go get our coffees. We're still riding around in B mode, the medium mode. I have not tried C mode. I'm probably not going to. I might eventually, but no, that's not for me. C mode, I'm gonna go ahead and just consider to be rain mode when you're off, when you're on road. Because yeah, that's all there is to it. I'm not using no C mode. Why is he on my ass? Why is everybody gonna fucking... This thing that some people don't realize is I'll do fucking criminal speeds. Like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Like, I literally will do criminal fucking speeds to get away from you. Like, don't ride my ass. Leave me alone. Go away. But I don't want to do criminal speeds. I will, but I don't want to. I just want to hang out. That's why I'm fucking taking the regular roads, man. Like, I'm not over there in the left lane. I'm fucking chilling here in the middle, man. Ain't bothering nobody. By rider, where we'll fucking rape you over the coals for a piece of shit car. It's our local buy here, pay here type place, where you can buy yourself a 2005 Dodge Neon for an incredible 37% APR. Come on down now. Oh yeah, New Bern Avenue. Pretty sure somebody got shot at a high school football game over here over the weekend. My wife told me about it, and all she had to say was there was a shooting at a football game in Southeast Raleigh, and I was all like, all I needed to hear was that Southeast Raleigh part. That's fucking Southeast Raleigh, dude. That's how they get down. Like, you got Harvey's on that side, Ghetto on that side. Like, Raleigh is the weirdest place, man. I don't know if every place is like this, because I mean, you're never truly gonna really know unless you spend some time in an area that, like, hey, this part of the area is really nice, but like 2 blocks that way is the ghetto, so be careful. Like, that's Raleigh to the fullest, man. Like, you could be by $1 million houses, go too far, like too many blocks in one direction, like 2-3 blocks in one direction, and now you're in the ghetto. And you would never really know it unless you're from the area. I mean, it's not as bad as it used to be. I'm from Raleigh, so I was in Raleigh back in the 90s and the early 2000s, and yeah, it's not as bad as it fucking used to be. I'll tell you that right damn now. It used to be pretty hardcore around, that's where I grew up. Like, I literally did grow up in the fucking ghetto. Like, there ain't no beating around the bush on that, my guy. I grew up in the ghetto. And, it's not bad because a lot of the, housing projects and, government, like, housing and shit like that has been torn down in Raleigh and replaced with townhomes, of course. So Raleigh has been on their gentrification tip for at least the last 10 to 15 years. So you can see the DRZ has no problem getting on the highway and merging on the highway. No problem at all. Does it want to do 70? Probably not. We'll see. So we're at 71.3 miles per gallon right now. We're going to hit 70 right on down this strip. And we're going to see if that takes a dip. 71.3 miles a gallon. We'll see if we'll take a little dip here. Look, that's the other guy that was all speedy around me. Everybody, speedy! It's a little bit windy, and we got no wind protection. My thing said it wasn't gonna rain, but it looks like rain. It definitely looks like it's gonna rain. We'll go around and pass the tower. Yep. Yep, she's got the plenty of passing power. She's got passing power, no doubt, dude. We're just gonna chill. Well, you guys are actually still recording. That's pretty amazing. I didn't think we'd record this whole time, honestly. And I know I just ramble, but I don't know what the fuck else to talk about. I just talk about regular shit. What the fuck, dude? This motherfucker right here